Hi, welcome back everyone to session. What session is this? 55?
55.
It is session 55
69.
of our Pathfinder second edition campaign. How's everyone doing?
Oh, we didn't we
Pretty
didn't
good.
time it so that 69 would be the one close to Valentine's Day.
Well,
Well,
well, it depends how
Oh.
many
maybe.
episodes we do this year. How many
Ah.
sessions we do. I hope we get there
What
quickly.
session is it?
It's
55.
55.
Why don't we just do um
Like
14
one.
sessions?
We could do like a
Over the
Before
fast
next,
track,
Tuesday.
like
yeah.
prologue, like background episodes on each character.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, so is everyone ready to go?
Yeah.
Everyone got
Mhm.
everything? Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, in that case, last we left our heroes. The party, you've recently returned to Port Edron, on your captured banking guild ship. And upon returning and meeting with Don Iden, he suggests using your hall to your advantage by sneaking into Imyana in the guise of Don Marine and his crew and doing as much damage to the banking guild as possible before they realize and hopefully getting away. Um, more than 10 million gold piece. More than 10 million gold pieces worth of gold and platinum bars are stored in the basement of the banking guild's headquarters in the city of Imyana, finished in the last few years after the last few decades of building. The party's plan is to break into Erd's most secure bank and steal the banking guild's reserves. So, assisted by some items from Don Iden, as well as a crew from the Adventuring Guild, we left the party just finishing off your preparations in Port Edron. So we're on the 8th day of summer. What would you like to do? Is there any last sort of preparations before you want to head off?
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, I'm going to go to everyone and say I don't actually want to do this anymore. No, it's fine.
So,
I'm
would it
retiring.
would it be helpful to run through our plan now, or should we just let the magic happen?
Well, you do.
Well, there's stuff that
um,
we need to buy, so
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
still stuff that you probably need to iron out.
Hmm.
And you're going to be talking you're going to be talking over the plan on the journey and stuff. That's fine.
Hmm.
But it'll be about a day's, like, if you set off, it'll take like 24 hours basically to get to the island.
Yes.
So yeah, just be aware of that.
Do we know what the weather's looking like for the journey?
The weather seems to be pretty calm at the moment. It hasn't stormed in a little while, as far as you can tell. Seems to be mostly sunny. Just a bit of a breeze on the coast, but nothing too crazy.
Fair enough.
So there is one thing that I'd like to do before we go, which is just to kind of talk to maybe Don Iden, but basically somebody who can provide a bit of naval assistance as a kind of contingency plan in the form of kind of picking us up somewhere.
Sure, yeah. You catch Don Iden in his office. He says, "Welcome back. So I did speak to the Merchant Prince about a possibility of sending a fleet. He deems it quite risky. Sending more than a couple of ships to assist. There is a chance that he could lose his entire fleet on such a mission."
Well, that would certainly not be prudent, but I suppose a little bit of a shame.
You have got specific orders, however, that if your plan is not to go well, to destroy the captured ship, at least. Do not let it fall back into their hands.
Oh, of course, of course.
I figured that one went without saying. Really, it's a good thing that it was brought up though, because if we did it and you didn't actually want us to do that, that would be really bad.
Well, at this position, any ships that we can stop the banking guild hanging on to, the better. Well, I can authorize a ship to go with you. That might help.
Well, I think we I think we would like to go on our own under our own pretenses, but it would be helpful if in the event we are not able to recover our ship, we have decided it would be sensible to store a couple or procure a couple rowing boats, 2 different places across the island, and 48 hours after, 76, 3 days after we leave the harbor, we would reconvene at this point, and he kind of touches on the map. I guess like kind of theatre reminder, but like kind of reasonably far from the island. We would aim to row out to here, and it would be good if there could be a pickup of some description.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Okay. I mean, it could be like a little sloop or something that doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
have the heraldry, you know what I mean?
Sorry.
The thing is, go. 27?
27. Yeah, he says, what I can do, in the event that you need to be extracted off the island, there is a magister, who lives in Imyana. His name is, Ster, Ster. He can organize a transport to take you back and put you in a safe house in the event that you need to go undercover.
Oh, that solves a problem. We were going to have to try and stake out our own safe house.
But he is deep undercover in the banking guild. You must not blow his cover. If you're going to contact him, do it in secret.
Okay, noted. Is there anything else anybody else wanted to ask before? No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Got some shit to buy, but
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have some stuff to buy.
Cool, alright. So what stuff do you need to buy?
Before we buy anything, please could Alex have a go at writing this, transferring a spell from my spellbook to his spellbook before we spend money on buying it.
Oh, is that an Arcana check?
Yes, please.
Go on, Alex.
Okay.
What's the DC on that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up. I always have to look up. Just give me a second.
That's cool. You know better where that is than I do.
should we just spend money from the
Royal
Royal Bank of Hank?
No.
That's
Okay.
probably the best use of it.
How expensive are scrolls of knot?
It's level 2, isn't it? I think they're 13 gold, but they get a lot more expensive very quickly. So this will be a
There you go.
26
13 gold.
DC. Oh, hold on. Sorry, wait a second.
Yeah, 12,
Gravity
12 gold
well.
each.
So gravity well is a 3rd level spell actually. So that, sorry, for some reason I thought it was 5th level. So that would be 20 DC.
There you go, Alex. That's an Arcana check.
Right. Okay.
You do
DC
have a spell book,
first.
right?
I do have a spell.
Okay.
That's a Mr. Major's.
I would like to buy 5 scrolls of knot.
Okay, go on.
Ah, that is not gonna work.
No, that you can't do that for a week, right? Is that right?
No, it's until you level up. I have a feat, which means it's for a week.
Oh, there you go. So it's alright.
Okay,
What
next.
spell was it you were trying to transfer?
Gravity well. But it's fine, we can just buy it.
It's the Gravity Well's 3rd level spell, is it?
Yes.
How much is
30
the
gold.
scroll?
30?
30, yeah.
30, cool. Did you do those scrolls of knock, Cyan?
Yeah, I
Cool.
just said I was
Nice, cool.
rounding
Nice.
up now.
That's cool. And are you
You
are
can
you all
take-
taking the money out of the Bank of Hank?
Yeah,
think so.
if you just put how much you're spending in the chat, and I'll deduct it from Hank's. So he's got 1200 gold. So
Nice.
I guess I'll pay for this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
I
gaseous
duck
form as
30
well.
gold.
Because I'm gonna be in pest. I'm gonna prepare pest form, aren't I? So if I take gaseous form and gravity well as well, just in case, I think it would be good to have 2 spell scrolls with gravity well.
Hmm.
Just in case.
And you know, gaseous form also. If you want to go through the vents quite easily, you can do that with gaseous form.
That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
Oh, actually no, because I have the pest form anyway,
So
and
I've got gaseous form if we need it as well.
I can upcast pest form.
could even go through a
Although with-
keyhole.
Yeah, I could go through a keyhole. Insect. You can be an insect, and if you cast it at 4th level, you can fly. So.
Nice.
But also I feel like if they're big fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be better for gaseous form.
It would be quite difficult, like, because obviously the power of the wind when you're such a small animal is going to be like knocking you about.
Yeah.
You pulled through the vent, and
So, yeah, gaseous form is level 4, and I can do it on other people. And Cascus has it as well. How many level 4 spell slots do you have?
3?
Okay. I'm just feel like if there's some kind of problem we can't get out, or if we had gaseous form as a backup plan, we could go through the vents, right? To get out?
that would, yeah. I mean that
Yep.
that would be a way to get into the lobby from behind the first vault door.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe that could be a good backup plan.
It's not invisible though, is it? Gaseous form.
No,
No,
you
but
kind of become a mist.
Yeah, like they see a people do see a mist.
yeah.
Cool.
What if we cast spell?
Yeah, I was
we
wondering that
cast
as well.
invisibility and gaseous form.
I don't see why that wouldn't make you invisible.
Okay. Okay, in that case, you have 3, but you might be using all your spells, so there's 5 of us. Hank, you're in the bank. Did we get 4? How much money is in the bank of Hank?
1127.
Okay. That's quite a lot. Maybe we should just get 5, and then
I will
it's
be right
done. And we don't need to worry too much. No, we'll do 4. No, let's do 5. Somebody else weigh in here. I just feel like if there's a big lockdown and we get trapped, it would be good to have a backup plan, right?
I mean, you can always get yourself out with Dimension Door anyway.
That is very true. But then I wouldn't
Which
be
even
there
means
to
you
help
could,
you
like,
fight.
But it does mean you could like get to the ship and signal ahead, like, "Hey, be ready to get ready to leave. They're going
suppose
to
I
be
don't
coming
have-
through soon."
I don't even have to dimension all that far away. far
Another-
away.
Another
Yeah.
thing we discussed is that you could always take the bag and run and maybe use it as leverage if we were captured.
FYI with Dimension Door, you have to see the space you're going to.
Not if you cast at level 5.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Okay, can you cast it level 5? Oh you can.
Yeah.
Nice. Good
I'm
stuff.
Okay, and then gravity well, we'll get another one for Cyan.
Would be a bit weird if it was like, "Oh yeah, 1 mile," but you have to see the destination.
Yeah. Oh, you can see a mile away
Eh,
on a hill or something. Oh, the human eye can see like 8 miles away, right? From the to the horizon.
is that what the film 8 Miles about?
Only if it, no, it can see light
Hmm.
up to like 8 miles away. So if there's a torch or something or a campfire 8 miles away, you can see it if it's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking if Cyan has 1 gravity well, and then Henning has the other one, and then Henning, Hanera, and why can't I think of any names today? Cascus we can share the gaseous form spells between us.
Right,
Maybe.
I got it on already. So
I know, but you might not have any spell slots.
Sure.
That's my feeling.
Is that all the shopping done then?
is everything from
no.
my list done?
What else needs buying?
So I would also like to get some like putty for the little bombs, so that they can be like stuck in places rather than just having to be free standing.
Yeah, Don Marin gave you enough to make a mold of the key if you need to, so you could probably just use that.
Well, we're gonna need a lot.
Enough for 100 bombs.
I'd say you have enough. Like, he just gives you a container of it.
All right, cool.
Because the key's going to go small.
I would also like to be able to create like either a second detonator or adjust it to be able to have like 2 sets of bombs or more that it can do at once. So rather than having to do all the ones that I've set or that have been set in total,
Yeah.
just like, okay, this detonates group A, this detonates group B.
Yeah, all right. That'll be one. That'll be harder to do than the previous one.
Okay.
So the previous one was a master one, wasn't it? Was it expert?
I don't recall. I know I remember getting like a 60 effectively.
Yeah. All right. Well, this one it'll be legendary. To try that, it'll be like a big upgrade. So it'll be 40 CC.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Do you want to use your legend point?
Legend point.
Yeah, might as well. Use
Can I
legend point.
assist? Wait, what check
Yeah,
is
go
it?
Crafting.
Be crafting.
No, I'm okay. Maybe Henning could assist.
Yes.
If you want.
Yeah, try for that +1. Okay, so
Oh, do you want me to give you guidance?
I guess I get a -1. Does guidance even help?
I think so.
Henning, did you want to help to aid?
What with? Yeah.
That'd be a,
so
that'd be a
it's-
crafting check.
okay.
Oh, sorry, I saw that Arcana check and thought that was it.
Oh no, it's not that one. That is a
Oh,
fail,
well.
I think.
Not doing too well today.
So-
Just get all the bad rolls out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better
Yeah.
get it.
No, this is just going to be how we roll for the rest of the session.
So guidance only lasts until the start of your next turn, so I'm not sure it really works on things that take more than basically
Why can't I just keep casting it because it's a cantrip?
I
Oh no,
I
because
guess
it
maybe.
doesn't work. Just do it quickly.
just do it in 6 seconds.
Yeah, no.
Now it's a legendary +++.
Okay. Well,
Shall I just
just-
roll
okay.
with legend point?
2 minutes, sorry.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Natural one.
Ah.
So just a straight 21 basically.
Yeah, that's a fail. So let's say that's your downtime for the day now.
Okay.
Doing that,
Yeah.
like you try and work it together, and it's just not as easy as it was as coming up with the first idea with what you have to hand.
Okay.
Like you can visualize it in your head, but you're like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. It's like, right guys, I got some bad news. All the bombs with Prime are gonna go off. I can't do 2 groups. It's impossible. It can't be done.
Nobody can do this.
All right. So, is there anything else that you want? Did you want to set off today, or did you want to like have the evening still in Port Edron?
I think
What's
we
the
kind
plan?
of need to move as quickly as possible to limit the chances of Don Marine actually showing up.
Yeah, it'd be kind of awkward if they just. Chub's like, no, I am Don Marine.
Yeah, luckily he's had to take the long way back.
Tell me something only Don Marine would know.
Marine.
Was he a Pokemon? Like, Marine.
Don Marine.
All right, so you reconvene back at the boat, which has a whole bunch of crew, fresh from the docks, seaworthy sailors under the hire of the Adventuring Guild. They introduce themselves. You sort of get to know them. They seem to be a nice sort. There's about 50 of them on the ship, and they're just getting ready, settled in. Moving some of their personal belongings and finding hammocks for themselves. Yeah, so the ship, the next couple of hours passes quite quickly. You still have some of the elves around. Did you want to bring them with you as well, or did you want to just sort of like leave them?
Well,
I
I
think the idea-
mean, if it looks more inconspicuous, sure, but like if it looks weird, then no.
Yeah, I think also I think the idea was we were basically filling this with people from the Adventuring Guild, right?
Yeah.
So, I think we'd rather that more of the people on the boat are people that would be, trusted to keep the cover.
Yeah.
No, sure, good point.
That
That's
at least
alright.
that at least have been vetted properly, rather than just they wanted to sail a boat from someplace, so therefore we can trust them with the keeping our cover.
All right. So you meet the captain, who's been appointed to actually like captain the vessel. He nods to you. I am Don Ferdinand. Nice to meet you. I've been Don Iden sent me here just to keep you all in check, make sure the ship goes. He's a sort of middle-aged guy. He seems quite unbecoming. He seems quite like thin and almost a bit underfed. He has like a kind of goatee, like a Three Musketeers kind of goatee, and like a tricorn pointed hat, a rapier on his hip. He seems cocky, but he's keeping to himself mostly. He knows some of the crew, but he's still getting introduced with a lot of them.
Is he trustworthy? I mean,
Well, he's trustworthy enough for Don Iden to appoint.
okay. Nice to meet you, Don Ferdinand. My name is Akaski Sepulchrif.
Yes, I've heard quite a lot about all of you. The Adventuring Guild made a lot of money after your success at keeping the Merchant Prince alive.
We're glad to have been a good investment.
Yes, absolutely. And if it were up to me, we would be taking this vessel right towards the heart of the Banking Guild fleet and destroying as many as we could. But whatever you're planning to do, I'm sure will be just as good.
Do you know what we are planning to do?
Don Iden said it is on a need-to-know basis. We hope that maybe you would provide us with a bit more information. We know that we are headed to Imyana and we are to keep ourselves undercover.
It's going to be big and it's going to be messy.
Yeah, so just be ready to, leave at a moment's notice.
Very well. You don't have to tell me twice about that.
Maybe stay on or near the ship.
This is a fantastic vessel, isn't it? An absolute warrior on the seas.
Have you ever captained anything like it before?
nothing like this. The whole of the Adana Merchant Company only has about 8 of these kind of ships. Only 4, only 4 of them now. The banking guild has got their grips on the bunch.
Well, this is apparently like, isn't it the best one the banking guild has?
It's the most modern, yeah. It's the most modern. They spent the most money on it as their prize.
So handle her with care.
I can't wait to see what these cannons do.
Please.
Like
don't
runs his
use
hand
the
across one of them.
cannons until we tell you to use the cannons.
Of course, this is still your ship. The rules of the sea are clear that those who capture a ship in a war, an enemy vessel, are entitled to it. So it is yours. I still am beholden to you and your orders.
Right, well,
Okay.
yeah, I guess.
I'd like to give him like a glance over it to see like how disappointed he is about the notion of not being able to immediately fire these cannons.
You're still a professional. It's in the docks. You'd like to have a couple of practice runs on the ocean. That's for sure.
Oh no, I was more concerned with how gung-ho this guy is.
He does have a bit of a crazy streak in his eye, but you're not quite sure whether that's bravery / courage. I mean, or stupidity.
Don Rain. I'm just gonna kind of lean into someone and say Don Rain's really giving us the cream of the crop here.
I'm trying to hide it.
Don
It
Iden,
is,
sorry.
it is potentially a suicide mission, let's not forget.
Yeah, but I would prefer not to hasten towards that suicide.
If you don't mind me, I've got some final preparations before we set off. Feel
Very
free
good.
to get yourself settled down, and I'll let you know when we're about to get going.
We might need to speak later.
Very well.
Just before I forget, he kind of pinches his face, trying to remember whether or not we said this. I think we want the crew to damage this ship. Is that right? When we get near to Imiana?
I should be able to sort out something like that on the way.
Well, as long
Just
as,
some cosmetic stuff, right? Make it look like there was a fight.
yes. I mean, as long as is it plausible enough for the crew not to have a reason to leave the ship and instead to work overtime to fix it, you know?
Yeah. We also need to change the sails back.
The sail?
Oh shit! Do we have
You-
the?
You mean the flags? Sorry,
Yeah.
lines. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I guess. What do we do with the other one? Just toss it overboard, or?
No, you did keep hold of the other
We could
banking
just
guild.
stow
No,
it,
I'm saying
really.
like, what do we do with
Just stow it somewhere in the
The one
hold.
that's up.
Nobody will see it. We'll just
Yeah,
put it
you don't. You
what we
don't
could do is-
anticipate anyone like searching the ship while you're there because Don Marine's quite trusted.
Another thing is that
Bag
like
of
every ship has a bag of holding, or every ship always has a big bag of flags, a big box of them that are all messed up and all garbled. Just throw it in there. Nobody will see it.
I suppose we do want it on the way back.
Yeah, but that's fine.
So
we
we
can
don't
find
just
It's good to have the right
Yeah.
colours when you return.
it. Otherwise, we'll be shouting, "Don't hit us! We're friendly." Which I don't think we'll go down too well. Anyway,
All right, so you make your way down. Just start settling down. You see a couple of the merchant guilds, the adventuring guilds, kind of arguing with Cookie. He's like, "No, this is my barrel," and they're like, the adventuring guild are like, "What's in there? It sounds funny."
God.
He's like, "Oh, it's mine."
I thought Cookie, pleasant surprise to see you.
They keep saying I'm supposed to leave, but
Well, you are.
where am I supposed to go?
I thought you were going to
Well,
set up a restaurant.
To the streets, Cookie.
Oh, I was joking
up
when I
a
said that.
Oh,
I didn't- Look at me, I can't start up a restaurant. This is all I have.
Well, not with that attitude.
go on, you can do it, Cookie. We believe in you. Go start that restaurant. Start that
Like,
enterprise.
Cookie drops to one knee and is like, please don't put me on the streets.
Oh,
Take this ogre home.
I just turned
This
to
is
Cat.
all I have.
Oh, what do we do?
Well, he just says oath and kind of walks off.
Oh, I could have predicted that response. You'll be fine. You'll get back on your feet.
Can I have my barrels at least?
No. Those are property of them now.
What are in the what are the barrels?
He just looks at you like
No.
like with puppy dog eyes.
Which barrels?
These ones, there's just like 3 or 4 barrels that have quite a strong odor emanating from them, and it's kind of sloshing a bit as they.
Right.
You know
Say
what? You
to
can
people
probably
take-
take those barrels with you, I reckon.
All right. He starts like sulking, and he just picks the barrels up one by one and just brings them to the top deck.
You'll be fine. You got this. You'll knock it out the park. We'll come back and we'll see you've started a lovely restaurant, and all the port will be there. I just know it.
We promised this poor guy good wages and freedom if he just
He's
betrayed
gotta
his
make a bit. He's
trust.
gotta do a bit for himself.
He gets.
Yeah,
You watch
and
as he
went
just.
tossing about to the street.
You watch as
Give
he
him quite
walks.
a bit of gold. I'm
He
sure he'll
walks into
figure
the
it out.
docks with a couple of the barrels under his arms, just like looks behind as the ship is unmoored.
I
He
That.
looks
just
with
kinda
tears in
look
his eyes.
away. Kind of look away.
A few of the
Look at
merchant guard come over and just start beating him.
Oh,
The ship just starts drifting out into the horizon.
oh,
Oh
oh
no!
no! Hey, leave him alone.
We done.
All right.
Okay, now before anyone feels bad,
Oh.
do remember he does eat people.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell myself that. He can help himself.
I mean, to be fair, it's only dead people, right? Not it's like I'm not sure. Don't think did he kill people to eat them or?
Probably.
Literally the
think-
day we met him, he did kill people and then dragged them away.
Look,
Well, I
think-
mean, that's
I
just
think
recycling.
when it comes
you
down
know.
to it, Cookie is probably a war criminal somewhere.
Well,
And
You hired him. You
Well,
were the one that hired
yeah,
him.
well, he had a set of tools at the time, and he did look quite scary.
to be honest, though, I feel like it's a bit of that might be a bit of a diminished capacity thing going on there.
Well, he took the gold quite happily, so that's not.
Mix is like, what do you mean? Diminished capacity? Just because he's an ogre.
Well,
Are you
I mean, I
saying
haven't,
all ogres are stupid?
well, I haven't met many. In fact, I think that might be the only ogre I've met. But I mean,
That's very rich from an orc.
whoa.
Okay, that's first of all half orc.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh no.
Oh god,
No.
this feels familiar. Gothric having to remind everyone he's only a half orc, and that's the other way around.
Oh, but I
No.
thought you. Oh,
No,
now I
just-
see it.
No, I just.
Oh,
No.
oh, you are actually just that ugly.
Whoa!
Oh,
You said orcs
jeez.
are ugly.
Oh, it's a joke. Come on.
Don Ferdinand walks down and says, "Right, well, as you can tell, we're off. Not sure my accent just changed, but just it's the sea air. It's the sea air. It just gets me.
Oh, it gets.
Something
It
about
gets.
my,
Oh, that
something
does
about
get.
my
Certainly, it
sinuses.
certainly does, doesn't it?
It gets to mine quite ever so much.
Yes. So yes, I'm gonna roll with it. We've got a day's worth of travel ahead of us, so relax. We'll be there before you know it.
Right. Guess
it's
we better get working on these disguises then, right?
Disguises, I say already in full Don Marine, guys.
Yeah, you have a whole bunch of like clothes and stuff just like left behind. Like you've got all the disguises, the stuff that you need. It's just the individual selection of like what outfits that you're gonna choose. Basically.
I think I'd like to be a wizard, like with a pointy hat from the stories.
That will give you away very quickly.
No.
No one wears this. Literally no one.
No,
There's
they
a reason
do.
they're from the stories.
No, they do wear them in other countries, like Farandor. They wear this kind of thing the wizards do.
You're very well cultured.
Yeah, thank you. I've
For
done
an
a lot.
elf.
Ooh.
Well, I'm actually quite a clever elf. I know how to read, and I enjoy reading and learning about other countries from my books, which, granted, are written by other elves. But I can tell you that they wear pointy wizard hats there and robes.
Are you sure that's just, not just elven biases?
No, 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 no.
No,
Definitely not.
she speaks truth. I've been.
Yeah, yeah. And then I can pretend to be from there.
You know, I heard the reason that the wizards over there, they have the, like the big brim on the hat. I heard that is so that their spell book doesn't get wet.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? And I do have a spell book.
Hmm.
So I could go. If I just hide my ears up in the hat, no one will know I'm an elf.
Nick says, back in my day, there were those kind of wizards, but then the ones without the brim tend to, they wore white robes. They were very nasty.
Well, they didn't
Back
like.
in
They
the
didn't
day.
like.
Stop it, stop it.
Didn't like very specific people.
Stop it.
No, no, no.
Well, that's what they called themselves. We killed them all. It's fine.
Well,
The
that's good at least.
the ship lists on the open waves as you leave Rodrana, Port Edron, and make your way onto the map, I guess, of Imiana. So yeah, what are you going to do with your time?
We could go through the plan again. Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds a
wanna-
good idea.
I also want to double check, like, Hanera knows what people sound like from where she's pretending to be. Like, does she have the accent down?
Oh, I do have the accent.
No,
Oh no.
Right. So do we all need
Oh.
Do we need to all change our accents then?
It
Well,
doesn't-
I know I do.
Oh, this is necessary. The people that the people who we were on who were on the ship fighting us.
Yeah.
When we heard people speak, did they have a particular accent?
No, really. Like
Unless they're like hired hands from like Port.
yeah, they're like all over Orthade. So
Yeah.
Orthade.
So
National.
I can pick any accent.
You could just use your own
guess.
voice, my guy.
No, where's the fun in that?
You're from Orthay.
Yes, and there's plenty of dialects from Orfade that I could pick from.
But, like, what if you're just terrible at it, though?
No. I'm very good at it, thank you.
Okay,
know-
but so does Hanera, and Hanera did that. So
Yeah, I am very good
exactly.
accent. Let me cast my spell.
Hey, laddits!
If I cast my spell trying to do that accent, will it still work if it has a verbal component?
As long as you're using a strong voice.
Nice.
It's me, Henning. How's everybody doing?
No.
I kind of feel like sometimes the vocalization of you have to put on a particular ancient accent. Or something, I don't know.
You have to sound super Latin.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that.
I could do
shall-
Latin.
sh-
I got a
shall
D.
Magnus,
shall we
Canis-
reconvene?
Oh, what are you saying? Yeah. What are you
Shall we
saying?
reconvene in the captain's quarters in 20 minutes to run through the plan?
All right. I'm just gonna let Hank out for a bit of a run around up top because he's gonna be stowed away for a little bit.
Magnus Canis Estin Ripe. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Is Rip a ship?
No, it's bank.
There's a dog in the bank.
Yeah, there's a big dog in the bank. Well, there's about to be. I don't really know how it. I can't remember how to do the grammar, but yeah, there we go.
If all goes well, then he should be staying in the shield.
Oh.
No.
Exactly, you'll be in the hank bank.
All right. So after sort of getting yourself settled down, you meet back in the captain's quarters. What? And I guess Cascus, you're going to put down the
Exactly.
blueprint.
So there's just to set the scene. Mood of the room. There is a single lantern up in the middle. It's swaying slightly. There's some kind of heat coming from it. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of leaving a nice kind of glowy effect in the room. And then Cascus has rolled up his sleeves, and the blueprint and a bunch of papers with notes that we've all written on is kind of slammed on this table and opened out over the table. Dom Ferdinand maybe was having a nice little sit in here. We pushed him out.
He was having a nap.
He was having a nap. He's not anymore.
Oh.
And everyone is gathered around the table.
Cyan is Don Marine, and he is picking his nose just to make him look as silly as possible.
Ah, Don Marine. Oh, wait.
Well, tomorrow's going to be the day, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be the day you arrive. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be the day of the.
Fine. It might be prudent for us to talk through our plan once more.
Yeah,
Good
for sure.
idea.
What accent? What accent should I do?
I think your one works just fine. I think you're
That's-
overthinking it.
I don't know. I do talk a bit posh for
You do.
your typical orc.
You are very posh.
Yeah, I think maybe you should try one from. Oh, I mean, look at the map. The Cyril Danath.
Which one's that?
It's the grey one on the map.
What?
It's where the lich
What?
is from.
But what accent was it?
You have to
lich?
make
The
it
lich.
up.
There ain't no liches
Isn't
in
it Cyril?
Cyril. Well, there might be
Wait.
liches in Cyril, but
Wait, I thought that's where.
in the first campaign.
No, I thought that's where Septus was from.
No, Septus is from Kadar. Well, Septus was like sort of Khefu, like he was around Eshmal Kapeni.
I think Cyril Danath was where Aaron
Oh.
V1. Is that where Aaron V1 was from?
Aaron Sakar.
Yeah, Aaron V1.
But Cyril Danath is kind of a bit of a wasteland, really.
Yeah.
Not that many people actually live
Yeah, do it from somewhere that's a wasteland. And maybe like the Wild West.
No.
Yeehaw, cowboy!
Oh, well there, little lady. I'd have to contemplate on that a little bit.
Oh god.
Oh,
We're going to die.
Cascus is looking more and more frustrated as the minutes go on.
Well, why don't we give those blueprints there a little rollout and go through that? Sorry, I can't
hate-
keep it up.
Okay. Can we please, if we cannot get through this briefing, then I feel like we are not going to survive the next 24 hours.
okay,
We're going
okay.
to anyway.
I have dubbed this Operation Pygmalion Effect.
What?
What?
Can we change? First call to vote. Change the name.
Are you
What?
making? Who are you making posh?
It is not. It is about setting our expectations high, so we will increase the chances of success.
What's a pig?
I've-
What is the pig from now?
It was written by some abstract, strange poet a while ago. We ignored this.
It's a
Yeah,
play.
what's an alien pig
No,
got to do with
sorry,
any
I
of
can't,
this?
I can't move past that. Can
It's
we...
a play where they take there's a peasant and there's a poor lady who lives in the street and sells flowers in the musical version, which is called My Fair Lady. And some rich guy comes along and is like, "Ooh, yeah, I can make you proper," and goes and teaches her how to speak with like an upper class accent and
Bit like
has,
50 Shades
like,
of Grey,
posh manners and like polite and stuff. You know?
Vance is like, oh, I've seen that one. It's actually quite good.
Now that is out of the way. We are going to
Right.
arrive in less than 24 hours. There are a number of things we need to do when we arrive at the island. I will get to those in a moment, but for all those who were sleeping, he looks at Henning.
I was tired. Okay.
Our main objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to get the money out the bank. To do this,
Did you say it like that?
I am going to shove something in your mouth.
I put some tokens on
Goodness.
there for you.
Nice.
Do you want tokens
Maybe
of
not
like
here.
of the of where you expect all the guards and stuff as well?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it'd be handy.
Okay. Before we get to this vault, there are a number of steps you will have to cross. There are 2 keys to get into the through the vault door in the exterior security room. One we have here, and the other is around the neck of Elise Farenka. Cyan, it will be your job, dressed as the bombastic and charismatic Don Morin, to get hold of that.
Okay, how am I meant to try and seduce her? Or...
Well, considering you came up with the idea, or part of the idea of how we're going to do this, you have a rather worryingly short memory. To get the key, we are going to have to infiltrate her morning meeting.
that
you
I'm
are going-
aware of. It's more getting it off her in.
Well,
first place.
are you not a master rogue? You showed us that your talent would be reasonable enough to procure it.
Yeah, I remember now.
Good. Accompanying you will be Henera in pest form. She and her mission will be to do some digging into Farankar's room once the meeting is over, and to leave a little bit of a present after you are done. With those 2 tasks done, we should also have the code to get into, and he kind of stabs his finger at the light pathway, but get through the light pathway and get a couple of our colleagues into the vault. If all is planned, then we should have that to time. I'm not sure where Farankar's room is, so we will need to do a bit of reconnaissance on that. For any of that to happen, we will need to get the security guards in the interior security room asleep. I will find an opportune moment to push some sleep powder through the ventilator fan and shoot, just before we start our timed operation. Central to all of this, we will need to gain control of the exterior security room. To do that, we will identify when the time of the shift changes are and when the rotors for them, and we will Cyan will change the clock in the room to go back 15 minutes. I think we said 15 minutes, so that the guards in that room leave their shift early. They will be met not by the next group, but by us, disguised as security guards. We will use these hair potions to change into those guards who should be there. We will need to go to their lockers and get some of their hairs. But we should be able to do that fairly easily, hopefully, once we have identified who is on the shift. This is not exhausting at all. Once we have control of the exterior security room, we will not have long. We will have 15 minutes to do what we need to do. I will sit in the exterior security room of Calcifer. We will protect those going inside by dealing with any problems that come this way.
It's 5 minutes before.
So it's 5 minutes, the door's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the door will open. We have 30 seconds before it closes. You will go in, Henning, and Cyan, and you will be in there. We will not keep the door open. Once in there, you will go past the asleep guards, go through the light pathway with the code you have got from Lise Farenkar's meeting, and then you will be in the Banking Guild Gold Reserves. Within there, you will use what was the spell code? Gravity well to get hold of all of the items in there. You will put it into the bag of holding, and you will leave by the end of the 5 minutes. You will come back into the exterior security room, and the 5 of us will walk away, ideally 5 minutes on the dot, which is when we will open the door. and we will all walk out before the next guard shift's even arrived.
Great.
Any questions?
Yes. Where in the notes have you written this?
Here on this piece of paper that is in important links under heist.
Very organized folder Cascus has
Thank you.
produced. Vance looks over his shoulder. You've got everything in here.
Well,
Good notes.
Very thorough.
we were very thorough. There is to my original points. At the island, we have a few jobs to do. We need to find out the time of Farankar's morning meeting. Cyan will need to engage in pleasantries as Dom Marine with the local folk. It will be important that everyone believes he is Dom Marine. Spend the time you can on board here trying to understand anything you can about the man. Maybe there'll be some notes or some documents somewhere. A diary or all sorts. Have a look. Somebody will need to find out shift patterns and rota for the security door. That will be an early job. I do not know. I'm not saying who's doing this, but somebody do that, please. And then somebody will also need to go into the security room to see if there is A, a clock, and B, if the individual guards have timepieces. This might change the plan a bit if they do or don't. Once that is done, we will go to the guards' living quarters, take some hairs from the guards that are on duty, because we have the rota information at that point, and that should prepare that bit. It seems like we don't need to identify the family room because we know that is. It would also be wise for one of us to meet with the Magister and let him know discreetly that we are here and we might need his help at some point. He will provide the detail of a safe house where we can meet him if things go wrong.
I think I think if we can get eyes on him, then great. But I think it's probably best if we steer clear unless we need to. Maintain his cover.
I can have Nix talk to him.
That sounds like a reasonable idea to me. I
Good work.
cannot see a problem with that. And then there's one more thing, Cyan. You will need to, the night before, place bombs on the ships in the harbor. Not us, please. I swear to God. Swear to Titus. If your goal with these putty bombs is to not destroy this ship, but to put them in places where they will create problems for them to easily escape in the event we slip away and ships try to give chase. Think on anchor mechanisms or maybe up the top of mast riggings or something like that.
I will do my best.
Very good. And Calcifer will detonate them when we leave on the ship, hopefully.
Yeah. If you want to stick a few in any other places you see fit, then go ahead. Maybe
I was just thinking of throwing them into powder stores.
that works too.
Why not? Why not just destroy them?
I mean, if we can just blow them up, great. But we don't need to.
Yes, only do what is safe for you to do. There is no point risking your life. It is critical that you are able to come into the heist. If one of us is not there, I think we can deal with one person making a mistake and getting caught. But more than that, it is not going to work.
That almost sounded like you cared if I lived or died.
Do not get ahead of yourself.
And if you happen to be in Elise Farroncar's room, maybe sprinkle a few here and there.
Well, that is Hanira's job, I hope. Make sure she has a few bombs, please.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Can you sprinkle those out with when you're in your pest form?
I don't think I can get into my pockets. Let me have a look at the spell.
Really, Hanera should only need 1 or 2 bombs. I don't imagine an office would be this grand room.
I mean, we've got 100, so.
Oh, well, okay then.
Unfortunately, because you were not able to make a second detonator, we will just have to use the bombs when we can, and with the other ones, it will
Yeah, I mean,
send a message, but we cannot guarantee it will get Farankar at all.
Yeah, can't stick any on our own boat either.
Yeah, I don't think you transform him into the battled form of a tiny animal.
Okay. So, in I think we are ready. When we arrive, I suggest we will then start doing the actions on the list and just play it by ear to see what who can do what.
Right, one thing. Names.
Eliza Doolittle.
Can we make these simple? I guess Eliza Doolittle is pretty memorable.
I am Don Marine. I say with a great big grin.
Oh,
Next appears. Do you know what Don Marine's other names are?
I'm going to look for his journal, but other than that, I know nothing about the man other than he's a gigantic dick.
Why don't you ask some of the crew?
I will ask some of the crew.
Well, they were hard. I mean, if we have any prisoners on board, they may help. But I think they were taken off. No.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Oh, Cookie would have known.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, let me just...
You're just sort of speaking to the.
No,
So it's
yeah.
like, do any of you know what Don Marine's first name is? What the second name?
7?
27. Quite a lot of people are like, I've only ever known him as Don Marine before. Actually, that's a good shout. And then you speak to Don Ferdinand. Yes, his name. He doesn't say much about it, but it is Don Marine Bonito.
Benito.
Bonito.
Do his friends call him Bonnie?
I don't think anyone calls him that. I think he probably kills people who call him that.
note to self for you there, sign. Kill anyone that calls you that.
What if
No,
Starry
stop.
Car calls me that?
Yeah. Kill us.
Just start telling people, right, from now on, call me Bonnie. so then when they meet him,
He had a spiritual awakening, and
Who is calling me? Why is everyone calling me Bonnie?
I have to ask Don Ferdinand. Were there any rumors about him and Fahrenheit? Like, were there rumors that there was something going on, or because I don't want to be, because in Cyan's head he doesn't want to be surprised where it turns out they were lovers the whole time.
Don't ask me. I don't know. Those banking guild sorts keep themselves to themselves.
Okay.
well,
He never had much in the way of friends, that's for sure.
I would advise you to use some mouthwash, Fan. Fox breath is not nice.
I eat the same things you do.
Do you brush your teeth after?
Yes, about as much as anyone else does.
And how often is that?
Whenever you do it.
a normal amount of time.
A normal amount of time for anyone.
You
to
know,
do
I brush my teeth 8 times a day, just like everyone else.
20.
I hate to say it, gang, but for once it feels like we actually have a plan, which worries me.
Yes, don't say things like that.
I think we need to be alive to the fact that things might change quickly, and we will have to adapt.
Gaskia, Senning, what names are you going with?
I will be Geronimo.
Is that
Call
like
me.
first name Jaren, second name Imo?
Geronimo. Jared Geronimo.
Call me Norman.
Norman. That is the closest thing to normal man as a name that I've ever heard.
It's my
Right.
father's name.
Was he a normal man?
Of sorts.
And
Call me
Cancer?
Gargush.
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 Gargoosh.
I mean, that's how you pronounce it in common, right? But yeah, it's not fuck around with
Is this your name?
Orcish.
Like your Orcish version of your name?
No, it's my dad.
What's
Hey,
your
you're
name?
copying me.
Do you have an Orcish name?
No, they gave me a common name. Wanted to
What?
make me fit in a bit better.
Very nice of them. Okay, so we have names. Good. Anything else? We've got our communication stones, yes?
Yeah.
Vance says, I'll be Henning.
You
We
will
could
be.
just swap names. Wouldn't that be really funny?
You will be in the sword the whole
Right.
time. Because if you come out, that is immediately blowing our cover.
Yes, please,
Hey.
please stay within the sword.
I
Don't
mean, to
worry
be fair,
about
would
me.
they even recognise you?
I'm on holiday. I'm not planning on getting involved at all in this.
Is that where? Sorry, Are you on holiday or is that your cover?
No, I'm.
It's gonna
I-
come out of a hat.
If you need to get
on,
you
Hey, listen,
a hat and sunglasses, like,
I almost died. I almost got killed by some ancient elemental being. Right, so I'm taking the low road on this one.
I mean-
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
put my
so-
feet up.
Come to
I mean, we
every
all did,
week
right?
as us.
I mean, if we truly need you, I would hope you would come and help.
Why?
Please, could you remind me what everyone's
Don't be a dick.
disguised names are, so I can write them in the disguises section
Ah,
of the...
So,
Some in the chat.
Cyan is Don Marine.
Okay.
You are Eliza Doolittle. Henning
Yeah.
is Norman.
Geronimo.
Hesketh is Geronimo. And Counselor is Gargush. A perfectly normal selection of names which will cause no suspicion anywhere.
These are very normal names.
We're going to die.
We are almost certainly going to die.
What else of us again?
Gargoosh.
Gargush.
Gargoosh.
Gargoosh.
I mean, in Orcish, it's more.
Normal man.
Is it goosh? is it goosh as in like goo, or is it gush as in like gum?
Well, just whichever you like, right? I mean, in Orcish, it's more just like Gugsh, but like, people don't really get that, so.
Gargush.
Nice. Alright, the ship continues on. Eventually the sun goes down, comes to evening. Any last bits you want to do before it gets back?
Do some damage to the ship. Some,
Oh yeah.
I-
purely superficial damage.
What you doing to it?
So maybe like the railings on the sides, maybe knock some bits out of there, maybe scratch up the mast, maybe take a couple of notches out of the steering wheel. Like nothing that's going to impede us, but
Ending will help by going and stabbing some like bits of the wood.
no, don't stab the crewmates.
We're trying to make it look at it.
would be-
Need some amputees.
It would be strange if we do not have any of the sailors that are not wounded.
I mean, we've still got some blood on the
I can.
place, right?
I don't mind giving them a little nick here and there.
Hey, one of them says.
While they're doing that,
Don't I?
I'm
We'll
go-
hear about that.
It is. Can we tell Don Ferdinand though that it's important that the crew all play along?
These are the finest the Adonai Merchant Company has to offer. They know their jobs.
Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping they wouldn't just turn up and be like, "Oh, we're undercover."
We expect every man to do his duty. That's a Nelson quote, by the way.
Who's Nelson?
No one.
Is that
Who's-
Nelson Nelsonman?
Oh yeah, he was a hero
Nelson
in naval
Nelson.
history.
That's Nelson, who's I think he's named after Norman. Sorry,
I
Norman.
think
Nelson
I
Nelson
think I read a column about him in the paper. No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, for
Okay.
God's sake.
Okay.
No, I do
Terrible.
not know.
Terrible!
I think we are
Well-
good. Oh wait, go on, sorry.
While they're off doing their stuff, I'm gonna go and have a look through Don Marine's personal belongings, look for like journals and things.
Yeah, you really had a look for journals. He seems to have taken
yeah.
his log and journal and stuff with him, but he's just got a number of books just for reading. Like he doesn't do much writing himself or journaling other than what he brings with him.
It's just more so to like get a kind of an idea as to how he talks to people.
Sure. Make a perception check, just kind of racking your memory from your meetings with him in the past. Just brief.
36.
He tends to be kind of brash and cocky. He has a bit of an ego to him, kind of like a lot of merchants. You feel relatively confident. You could probably put up a good facade. Obviously, you don't want to be you don't ever want to be probed too deeply because obviously you're not going to know really important stuff. But
He's not without a safe word.
yeah.
God's sake.
Okay, so
I'm practicing my accent.
all right. So eventually you all go to bed. The ship itself, you do a bit of damage to it, but it's going to be quite hard to make it look like you've been in a battle without doing any damage to the hull.
I mean, not a ship-on-ship battle, just like
Just a bit of like fighting.
yeah, just like there's fighting on board. I mean, there was, so
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Why
that's
don't
fine.
you cut a big hole in the sails, like a cannibal's gone through?
Well, we won't probably get very close to the shore if we do.
Yeah. I say with the still the damage from the fight you had before. Like it definitely looks like there's been some scuffling on board. Don Ferdinand wakes you up and says, "We are landing in Atimiana, by the way, aren't we? You're not planning
Yeah.
on landing anywhere else?
yeah.
Just double checking.
Be kind of
Yep.
sus to go anywhere else, I think.
Make sure the ensign's up, please.
Yeah, they put up all the banking guilds things, including the six-pointed star. And we'll take a break there, shall we? We'll come back in 15 minutes.
Sure.
Okey-doke.
All right. See you in a bit.
Banking guild.
Bankers.
Right, so just before welcome back. Just before the break, the Richard always just throws me off on that. The party had just travelled from Port Edron off to Imiana, so you've had a restful slash nervous night, I guess, on the waves. Waking up the next day, the 9th day of summer. It's a bright day. It's warm. The sun rising on the horizon behind you. As you approach the city of Imiana, you see built into the kind of cliffs and hills of sandstone, a rocky island. Not much in terms of like trees. Almost kind of warm and almost like back home. You know, like in Tass or in Port Delron. Kind of almost like a Mediterranean texture and look to it. But the houses are still built in this very Eshmali Lavari sailor fashion, all built out of shipwrecks and flotsam and jetsam, all built on top of each other. In the center, above, just poking its way above all the rest of the city, you see a kind of 12, 13 story tower surrounded by a wall network of its own. Which you immediately recognize as the bank. It's the grandest building in the area, made of the local sandstone, it seems. Built on a huge, gigantic earth mound, which seems to be man-made. Sort of looms over the city and just like looks over the bay. A couple of ships are in the docks, just out, sort of out in the bay, whilst a whole number of them are moored. You see maybe 100, all the way from galleons to ships of the line, similar to these ones, although albeit maybe a bit smaller. Ready and sort of almost prepared to go to battle. You see hundreds of sailors and a number of people just getting ready, preparing the fleet, repairing anything that needs to be repaired. A few of the sailors like looking over at the bay, kind of nervously gulp. As it is, it's apparent right off the bat that these guys are getting ready for war, and you're going towards them. Don Ferdinand says, "Ah, the smell of gunpowder," as he smiles, leading the ship into the bay.
Your voice has changed again, my friend.
Well, the smell of gunpowder changes my voice even more than salt does. So yes. This is why I'm such a good hire, because I can never keep one identity down at a time.
Are you actually
But yeah, you approach into Imiana. The six-pointed star flying high. You see a whole bunch of people coming out of their homes and lining up on the docks as the prize of the Banking Guild fleet moors up. Let me show you the map of Imiana then. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah. Hang on. I haven't brought over your party token. Hang on just a second.
Was this made with incarnate?
Not incarnate. No, it's the there's some map thing. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
It's very handy.
I just thought because of the lines of the sea looked similar.
Oh yeah, no. All right. So the ship is dragged to anchor in the bay. Obviously, not able to go right up to the docks. And the rowboats are prepared. John Ferdinand says, with your orders, we will remain on the ship. That is all right.
Please do.
Very well. How long are you planning currently to be here? Just so we have so we know, have an idea.
Well, I would expect 48 to 72 hours.
He nods. Very well. We'll prepare ourselves. All right, at ease, gentlemen. He turns and announces to the crew. You're still on duty, however. We'll be ready to go at a moment's notice. He turns to the rest of you. Good luck out there.
Luck to you too.
Cyan, you better hold on to this. And he's going to hand over the bag of holding with all the bombs in it.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I write?
All of them, yeah.
Ryan is going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
hold it like he's holding like a holy object. Like his eyes are just going to widen as soon as he sees it.
Yeah.
He is in full-on marine disguise at this point, though, so it probably looks a little weird.
Yeah, I assume we would have already showed you how to like set the charges, so that they would.
Yeah, like we had time to go over how the charges worked.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw you do the demonstration at one time.
True.
Yeah, do not remind me of that poor chicken's fate.
Look, we had to test it, all right.
Bagak, my friend. Bagak.
All right, well, should we get you on your on this boat, your lordship? Kind of bows to Don Marine.
Why, yes, indeed, good sir. I don't know if that's how it's
Done perfect. Keep on at it.
I
I'll
thought
put
he
that.
had an accent.
Does he have an accent? I can't remember.
Does your perception check remember an accent?
For the sake of let's just say like you don't have to try and put on any particular accent. You'll just your character will just do it. You can do if you want.
I can't remember what I said.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
it
do
is me,
accent.
Don Marine.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I want this to be at least be possible.
Yeah.
Rather than
Okay.
judging.
Yeah,
Let's
you have to
just
anything your
suspend
character does, you have
disbelief.
to do in real life
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Okay, right. Should we get should we get in the boat? Yeah.
Yep.
Little I assume a rowboat, right, to the to the
Yeah,
shore.
rowboat to the shore.
It's Cyan's going to like contemplate like getting like 1 foot on one end of the boat, kind of like George Washington in that one picture. but he fights the urge back and just kind of
Yeah.
sits down as dignified as he can look.
And as soon as we hit the shore, you're going to have to play along. Yes. There's a chance we may not see you for a while. Look for the nearest inn to this space.
Shall I be your personal bard?
Like a jester?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sure.
Sure.
I will introduce you as my royal, not my royal, as my fool.
Please take this, and he passes him the list of activities. He's tried to like codify it a little bit. If you have an opportunity to do any of these, please do. And it's the jobs to do when we arrive section of the one notes page.
Okay.
All right, so you get into the rowboat and row yourself to the docks. Just looking along the shoreline, obviously there's a bunch of people watching, like a bunch of just the peasants and local people. But you also notice that, at set points along the bay are little cannon positions, so like sandbags and like 3 or 4 cannons set up, just overlooking the bay, just in case anything happens. With soldiers manned at each one. The soldiers are dressed in, they're kind of different to how you'd expect. So they're dressed in black, whereas the merchant guard from Port Edrin tend to wear yellow. These soldiers are wearing kind of long black kind of cloaks, perhaps with maybe some chainmail or something inside. On their waist, kind of carrying a long rifle rather than the kind of halberd rifle kind of things that the merchant guard use. And they also carry with them spears as well, like maybe 2 meters long, with barbed, jagged points at the top.
Sorry, Matt, I think we're getting a bit of feedback from you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what it was. And
hear
yeah, so hello.
Can you hear anything?
Yeah.
Or is it good?
I can still hear it. If you just put yourself in push talk, maybe.
Why is it doing that? It's so annoying how my computer does it.
Yeah, it
Fine.
do be like that sometimes. All right, so approaching the docks, a number of soldiers stand awaiting Don Marine's arrival. The at the front is a magister, who, as you approach and as you moor yourselves onto the docks and get onto dry land, pulls down his cloak, and says, "Don Marine, welcome back from your travels." He's kind of an older magister, maybe maybe in the service of at least Farrington by the sounds of it. He's wearing like a lapel pin on his black robes. I can still hear that the
I've
thing.
not got anything on. It can't be me.
How is it?
No, it's when other people talk, it's coming back through your mic,
Oh, really?
just very
Yeah.
slightly.
I'll push to talk. Sorry.
That's all right.
So, what's it doing?
So he's an old gentleman, grey hair, kind of bald on the top. He says, "The lady is currently in a meeting, but please don't hesitate to join her. She'll be very keen to hear of your successes."
Respectfully, I think I've had quite enough of business right now. I would quite like to relax, I say, and I imagine I'm wearing like this hat that I just kind of take off and immediately just hand to one of the other guards that's just there, and I just kind of hand it to him without like recognizing him.
He takes the hat. The magister says, "Of course, my Don. She will be very disappointed not to hear from you, but I understand. I will relay the message."
Tell you what, I'll see her in the morning, but around that meeting. But I've had quite a journey. I would quite like a day off.
Very well.
If you just let me know when to expect her in the morning.
I will send words to your butler. He nods and turns around. A few of the soldiers go with him.
By butler, was he like referring to one of the others here, or
No. Are the rest of you, the rest of the party here as well?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a personal
Yeah.
guard.
I'm guard too.
Standing
Alright,
next to him at all times.
So the crowd starts kind of clear. People, a few of the guards say, all right, it's not a spectacle. Go on, move your business." And they start to clear. And a couple of guards of Imiana are standing around, but they're just kind of around just because obviously you're a high important person. They want to protect you.
When there's no one within earshot, I will just like say quietly to the science, like, those cannons, another target. Could be problematic if they're still in place.
that was my thinking too. I don't want to take out too many. I want to be effective, sure, but the longer I spend taking out targets, the more risk I have getting caught.
The rest of you are here. Are you gonna have a look?
I forgot I have push to talk on.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a tavern nearby, FYI. Just off in the distance. It's
Yes.
called the Parallel Rat.
I suggest
Look
we
for a
go there
name.
and use that as a reconvening space.
Sounds like an idea.
All right. So you walk over to the inn. Oh, I forgot. I hadn't been playing music all this time.
That's why I was playing my own music.
So yes, entering the Parallel Rat, it looks kind of like a grubby little tavern, mostly for the dock workers. As you enter, the barkeep sort of runs out from behind the counter and says, Don Marine, I did not expect your return. Please, I can give you the money next week. I could get it together by then."
You will give the money now.
He says,
No, no, soldier. Quite all right.
I got him for you if you want.
We take care of our people here. A day later, however, and I will have your time.
Yes, Don Marine. Thank you. Thank you, Don Marine. Please, seat yourselves. Feel free to anything on the menu. He runs behind and he starts saying to his daughter behind the bar, please just anything, anything they want. And she goes, okay, and just starts preparing drinks. You're guided to a secluded corner in the tavern. It's quite empty, but there's a couple of people around. It's not unlike Don Marine to go to sort of shady pubs and do his business. So it's not particularly surprising.
You're going to be a bit of a magnet for attention, aren't you?
I hate this so much. If this is what wealth fucking feels like, my god. Ugh.
You know, you can get used to it.
I don't want to. I feel awful.
Maybe I should have done what you're doing.
Yeah, when you can shapeshift as well as I can, you're free to.
Well, I can shapeshift. Just slightly. Well, should we get to business? Or do it slightly somewhere quieter?
I think he is fine. We do need to figure out where Don Marine's is gonna be.
That is another job. You're home. I do not know the best way to find that. Perhaps one of us should go looking for it, pretend like we've never been there.
Yeah, say
Good old-
like, say you have a package for me, but you're a recent hire. You don't know where to go.
Okay. Who wants to do that? I can do that. I have fairly good diplomacy stuff.
Yeah, I'm not much on the old deception thing, so
Okay, I will do that.
to be honest, I think it might actually be best I just pretend I don't speak much common.
You're a grunt, an angry one. Maybe you should ruffle your hair.
Just iron muscle.
You speak enough common to know the words kill, maim, and protect.
Yeah, and gold.
And gold.
Don't forget about gold.
Okay, right. If I'm going to go do that, I need somebody else to go and reconnaissance the vault area. Make sure that the blueprints are accurate. If try and maybe get a sense of where we might be able to find shift patterns and rotas. Who wants to do that?
Well,
I can
There's a-
ask around.
Okay, Henira goes to do that, and Henning, if you can find a way into the security room to see if there's a clock in there, that would be helpful.
of course.
That leaves one other job, maybe for you, Calcifer. If you could go find where the lockers are, where the living quarters for the guards on duty would be, and maybe a barracks, that would be good.
I think it's probably
Guys.
best I stick with Cyan. I'm not really much for sneaking about or...
FYI, the way we're going to do this is this will be exploration. This is an exploration activity. So
Gather information.
it'll be the gather information for gathering information.
Mhm.
What was the other stuff?
So I'm gonna go find Don Marine's quarters. I guess that's a information check.
That's a gather
Process,
information
gather
as well,
information
yeah.
There's a step to find out the shift patterns and rota for security door,
Okay.
which I think we said Henning was gonna do, or Tenerius was gonna do that.
All right. Shift patterns and rotors are DC 20.
Okay, which check? Diplomacy?
How are you going to do it?
Ask?
You ask around. You're going to try and infiltrate, or like go in because you're going to have to go into the banking guild. You're going to have to go into the bank itself to find that information. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think. Why would
But
I?
it's open. It's open business. Like people can walk in there, but it's usually like obviously if you want to go into the upper areas where staff might be, it's going to be a bit harder.
Yeah, we're gonna need a copy of it, ideally.
Yeah, I'll probably do like just sort of ask around and keep an eye on the guards, and also, can I make my own? I mean, I'll try and get up into the staff bit. I am Don Marine's personal bard, so
So I'd say, so if you want to just stand around the lobby and just watch how often the rotations are and what time it is, that will be DC 20. If you want to sneak up, you're gonna like probably lie or like deceive to get that information, and that'll be a bit higher of a check probably.
the information will be more reliable. Is
It'll
that right?
be you'll have more
Cool,
reliable
okay.
information.
I'll do deception.
And just to check, we can do legend points, and it won't cause an impact later on, will it?
Not yeah, no, you have two a
two
day.
per day. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so do.
fine.
All right, I guess I'll use a legend point on this.
When you say 2 per day, do you mean 2 per session or 2
Ooh,
per
yes.
in-game day?
2 per in-game day.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
44.
It's basically like if you're in a fight and then the next the fight is half the end of the session, and then we start the fight again next session. You don't get 2 more legend points on top of
Okay.
that. 34.
44.
Yeah.
Use the legend point.
Oh yeah, that's good. So you go in there. So you make your way up to the bank. It's like just looking at it from below. It's a huge building. It's one of the largest buildings you've ever seen. It's not very often they make towers 12, 13 stories tall. Even in elven societies, anyway. So you make your way into. They don't let you take any weapons, FYI. They're not going to let you take any weapons past the main gate.
Okay, I don't think I have any weapons.
That's cool.
But I'll hand something over. Can I still take my loot? My disguise?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, fine. Just they have a bit of a look in there, see if there's any secret compartments or anything, but they give it back to you.
Cool.
Going into the bank, you go into the lobby. As you're sort of going into the lobby, they're just doing a shift change. So you just see a couple of guards coming down from the main stairway. Like four guards going in there, and then 4 guards coming out the steel door, and then going back upstairs. Speaking to the guards, so you manage to convince them basically that you can go upstairs and you have permission. They just sort of look at each other and go, oh, whatever. And when you get up to the first floor, you see that there's a staff room nearby. Outside the staff room is a rota that has been pinned.
Can I memorize it and then write it down subtly?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are there any clocks in there?
The clock's in the exterior security
So
room.
in the bank lobby, there's a large clock. It's sort of just on one of the walls, just above the grand doorway.
If we can find anything in the exterior security room, that'd be good.
Well, you notice that standing in the bank lobby. Well, yeah. Do you want to go down in the exterior security room and check it out? Because they do let people down in there, but that's for usually opening lockboxes. So if you say I'm a customer, I have a key for a lockbox, they'll get your information and then let you down there. But
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Or if you want to start, if you want to open up an account. So you go up to the reception and she says, "Did you want to open an account, yeah, how can I help?"
Hello. Yeah, I would like to know about how to open an account.
Well, what kind of account do you wish to open with us? We have a basic savings account, which is any gold piece value up to 10. And then we have our extended savings account, which is any up to 100 gold pieces.
What about
Yes?
what about a lockbox?
Oh, well, if you want to rent a lockbox from us, that starts at 15 gold pieces a month. And that is for a small lockbox. But if you want a larger lockbox, that goes from 50 gold pieces a month.
Okay, thank you for this information. I will go away and consider it.
Would you like would you like a look? Just to see our security? I mean,
Ah, yes, please. What a good idea.
very well. Of course, you are a valued customer, and we wish to show you our amazing
Does it
security.
seem like she's just rehearsing a bunch of words?
Yes. She's getting those key performance indicators up. She lets you in through the steel door, and you see a number of guards standing there around. There is a just behind the vault door controls. You see a little clock, like a grandfather clock, just ticking away. The person who works at reception says, "So this is our exterior security room. As you can tell, there are 4 guards stationed here at all times, even during the night, and we have a 400 kilogram vault security door made of pure stone." Helping, she like knocks. She looks over at the palace guard who presses one of the buttons, and then one of the vaults hisses, and the vault door slides open, and she walks in. You see, it's kind of like a stone room with loads and loads of what look like kind of post boxes all around with key holes in them. She takes out a key and just sort of opens an empty show one just to show you. And as you can tell, this is pristine security. Only one customer is allowed inside the room at a time, accompanied by the guards.
Oh, wonderful. Do any well-known people have lockboxes here? I want to blend in with them and be fancy.
Of course, the wealthiest people in the whole of Imiana use our secure services for their most prized possessions.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
What about the bigger lockboxes?
The bigger lockboxes? Yes. Over here, goes and shows you, and they're so I think the small lockboxes are probably half a foot by half a foot, and then the large ones are probably 2 foot by 2 foot.
Do these have the same kind of locks on?
Our locks are all made by the same manufacturer here in Imiana. They are state of the art in quality.
Damn, paying 15 gold a month for a 6-inch lockbox.
Wow, thank you very much for this
Very
tour.
well. She leads you back out the vault and the nods to the guard who walks back out, and then they press the button and then the vault door closes again.
What about gold for a savings account? Does that get kept in the lockboxes?
We have our on-site coin storage, which does not
Ah.
require the lockboxes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this tour. I will go and away and consider it with my wife.
Very well. Have a
She
bit of a
makes all
season.
the calls like that. It's, you know.
Yes, I understand. And the receptionist leaves you back in the lobby and goes back to their business.
Okay, I would like to leave.
All right. Back to Imiana. Okay. So that's that information source. So you notice that the rota is there's 4 teams per shift, and the shifts are 12 hours long. So there's 8 teams in total, and they change over every 15 minutes. And when they're not kind of actively on shift, they just go upstairs to the staff room and just chill out for a bit. So they're on 15 minutes every hour, basically.
Did Nira notice a clock or anything?
There was
What's that?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to it later when we all get around the table, but there's another clock we might have to deal with as well. Sorry, and how many teams of guards were there, did you say?
So there's 4 teams of guards every 12 hours.
Okay.
So there's 8 teams in total, and then obviously on different days they might be different guards in particular,
Okay, awesome.
based on whatever rota they have. But getting any more information about like who those guards are and where they live, maybe to like intercept them before they get to shift or something, that would be something you have to like properly find the information, like their files and stuff.
Presumably we have. I thought we would have their names on the rotor, or is it? Just
Yeah,
like
their
guard
names are on
group?
the rotor, but it's just like, it just says like Egisto, Benito, Veranado, Roberto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
That's fine.
So yeah, but they're once they're on shift for 12 hours. It's just that they're just upstairs. So like, just in case there's like an alarm that goes off, they can all rush downstairs and
Cool. Can I do a information gather check for where Don Marine's quarters might be?
Yeah, of course. So
He's
Go-
going to play the fool, so I assume be diplomacy check.
yeah, that's cool. You find someone at the bank, I guess, or one of the soldiers around. Or...
Yeah, I mean it's deliveries. Yeah, wherever.
Yeah, make a diplomacy check. That'd be DC 30.
34.
34, cool. Nice. Yeah, so speaking to someone and just sort of saying, oh, I have can you guide me to Don Marine's house? I have a gift. They say, oh, yes, of course. Don Marine lives on the large manor house on the hill behind the bank. Points you over to this like grounds here, and you see that there's like a huge manor house with like a sprawling green grounds that's part of the house.
Yeah.
It's a short walk up there, just up the hill.
Thank you very much.
All right. Any other checks we want to do? Any more information you need?
I don't think so.
I think that's it for now. I assume we're going to do this the day after tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how far we get.
Yeah, Cyan is probably trying to make it look like he's as Don Marini as possible, so he's probably having a bit of a drink, a bit of a laugh with Calcifer, or Gargush, as he's being called.
It would be good if tomorrow morning, Sign, you could go and find. You could attend the Farinkar's meeting. I suggest we do not do anything until the day after. This way, you will be able to establish the routine, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I need to go to my house first, so I know when to...
Right. Well, you know where that is now.
Yes.
So please do, your only job will be tomorrow night with the bombs. So I would go off and be Don Marine and gather information and whatever you want to do. But if you can come back and let us know and become the master of this schedule for these meetings, that would be helpful. And of course, you too, Gargosh.
Blech. Sorry, just chicken leg in my
Yeah.
So are the rest of you going to stay here for the night at this inn?
I think so. So we've got a bit more job to do in the day, I think. Depending what the time is, but we need to figure out the easiest way to change the 2 clocks.
I'd say it's about midday now.
Okay, cool. So there's the 2 clocks in the bank that we need to. So the big one in the front main room, we need to change that, and then the small one, we need to figure out how to do that. It may be like Hanira can do a spell or something to like move the mechanism. I don't know. That's one job. And then the other job is to figure out the where the people live, and to basically get hold of a hair of each of the people who are going to be on the shift the day after tomorrow, for a particular shift. But it can be kind of whenever, right? As long as we're on it. But it's slightly, yeah. I mean, it's slightly frustrating that if the shifts change every 15 minutes, then we have too long, right? So we'd have to change the clock by. How do we do it? We'd have to do it 5 minutes before somebody else's shift. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, more than 5 minutes, because otherwise we'd get interrupted.
Yeah, I mean it'd have to be real tight.
But yeah, it's a bit of a stretch.
It's a lot.
Being
It's
like,
a lot.
oh yeah, 15 minutes have gone by when only like seven have.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more tricky now that these guards change every 15 minutes. I'm not even sure if it's feasible.
Well, ideally, you should be able to just do it in 5 minutes.
No, I know. No, my point is that how do I explain this? So if they're changing every 15 minutes, we'd have to convince one of the groups to leave 5 minutes early.
Oh, I see.
Or like 6, 7 minutes early, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But that means we'll have to change the clocks like halfway through that group shift that we want to then go in and deal with.
Yeah.
Unless we can hold the door.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
If
With the
can
book.
If we can if we can stop the door from closing.
I do not see why that makes a difference. The guards will still be in the room.
Well, then it means we don't need to do. Well, it means we don't need to wait 5 minutes. We don't need to wait for that door to get back open. We can get in, get out as fast as we can.
If you not like it, we might have to, yes.
I mean,
it gives us minutes, 2-3 minutes tops.
You said it was what, 400k? I mean, if it's just the weight of the door, I can probably hold 400k for a little while.
Inera, the mechanism to put the guards in the lockbox room, was it, how did it work? Did he just press a button? Was there a key?
He just pressed a button.
Yeah.
How many guards were in the exterior security room?
There's 4.
Thank you.
There's 4.
Thanks,
I mean,
Eliza.
Another option, from what I've seen, is if we could maybe 2 people go into the different lockbox door rooms with 2 of the guards. Oh no, the guards stay at ignore me. I'm trying to, maybe we could lock them in the rooms. I don't know.
Yeah, this makes things trickier.
I think this might be one of the things we need to improvise in the moment. Because there's so many different variables that could change everything.
Nara, did you get a good look at those vault doors, how they open?
Which vault doors? For the lockbox.
Well, I'm hoping they work similarly.
Well, they're 400 kilograms.
So the lockbox doors, you press a button outside. The guard presses a button, the door opens.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's like a big round bit of stone that there's some mechanism which kind of pulls it open. It kind of just rolls open.
And does it just sort of fall back into place, or?
Yeah, when they press the button again, it sort of just rolls back into place.
I mean, I could
So
try.
it's like pulled open and then it just sort of rolls back.
I could try and I can try and just hold it open.
Yeah.
Really.
Well,
really
if you remember also, the lockbox vault doors are about half the size of the bigger vault door.
Oh, sorry. Was it the lockbox ones that were 400?
Yeah, well, that's what they said with the lockbox vault door. They didn't say anything
right.
about that.
We have the book. We don't need it. If we put the book in the way, the door won't close.
It's
Or-
fine.
You're really confident about the structural integrity of this book.
Yeah, it's a phylactery. There's no way it can be destroyed. And if it does get destroyed, then that's bonus points.
I mean, how about...
Once we die,
Look, I'm pretty sure I've got a crowbar around here. How about we just stick that in there?
That is not gonna hold an 800 kilogram door.
It's probably not 800. If it's twice as big, it doesn't necessarily. It means it might be 4 times as massive.
1,600 kilo. Oh,
So it's over a ton, right?
yeah, ton and a half might be a bit beyond...
Right, plan. I've got a plan. They both take the scrolls of gaseous form. We put the book in the way so it can't close. They can do gravity well, turn gaseous form on themselves, come through the little hole where the book is holding. We remove the book, the door closes.
Now,
we
hang on a sec. You really skipped over one bit that I think you're gonna maybe struggle with in the moment.
Yeah.
How do we remove the book?
Just pick it up and move it.
I mean, it's going to be wedged.
Hold on. What if
There's
the
going to be a
gravity well
ton and
pulls
there's going to
it
be a
in?
ton and a half of.
No, I'll just pull it out. It's a book. It doesn't weigh very much.
Yeah, but how strong are you?
I've mage hand. I'll just use that to push it out.
Look, have you ever tried to pull something that's got a ton and a half wedging it down on something?
No.
Well then,
But it can't be that hard.
I think it would be.
Just,
I think it might be.
Just put loads of
Kieran.
oil on it.
I'm gonna look at Calcifer's arms, and then I'm gonna look at Hanera's arms, and then back at Calcifer's arms, and I'm gonna say, I'm going to trust the one with the big muscles on the big muscle question.
I mean, if we only need a little gap with the gaseous form, then we can just shove a crowbar in there. You know, ton and a half quite is, you know, it's a lot of weight, but it's probably not gonna like completely squish just a solid bar of metal.
the way the doors work magic. Can I tell? Could I tell by the button?
It seemed mechanical. It
Right.
seemed like there was like a loud clunking as they opened, but there might be some magical component. It's very difficult to tell. I mean, there's a button that's obviously linked, but you're not quite sure how that's linked.
Because I do have dispel magic, but I've actually never used it. I don't think. But I have grease as well, so we can put that underneath the book.
What if the door just like slides it out?
Just shoots the book out like at about 400 miles per hour. Just hits someone with it.
This is all very fun, and I'm sure either way would be fine, but the guards will still be in the room.
Well, the point is that we can go in there just a couple minutes early if we're able to just stick something in there rather than have to wait 5 minutes for that door to open again.
No, that is you're missing the point. No, the guards are still in the room. We turn up, they leave, they go, well, it is still 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes left on my shift. Why
Okay,
I wait.
I think I have an idea.
This is about the door, I swear to God.
It is about the door, but how long does the door stay open for? When it opens and closes?
So it
30
opens
seconds.
for 30 seconds, and then it closes, and then it can't be reopened for 5 minutes.
Okay, so okay, what about if I cast my? No, wait, I don't think that would work. How big is it? 20 feet. No, it's only 10 feet bit wide, isn't it? The door, the vault door.
Yeah, the vault door's 10 feet. The exterior vault door is 20. And it's the exterior vault door that we're concerned about with the time, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, problem solved. I could cast Cozy Cabin
Oh
in
my
it,
God.
and you can just go through one door into the other because it says right. I'm not sure if it will
You
withstand.
give it a front and
but
back door.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. The incredible heat or cold, powerful storms and winds or hurricane could destroy the huts. So it might get destroyed. But if we
Yeah.
don't have any other plan, I feel like that could
Like,
be a good plan.
let's call that Plan C.
Yeah.
It also takes a minute to cast, FYI.
What about
I know, but
the
I could just
guards?
time it to when the door opened. Because it doesn't have to be open the whole time. It's not like I'm building the house, right?
Let's start casting it, wait 30, 40 seconds, open the door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I would say that in the casting of it, you're sort of you are arcanely making it.
Right,
Like
okay.
you're sort of building it from the ground up using magic,
Right.
Okay, right, next.
rather than like sort of 59 seconds of nothing and then pop cabin appears.
Well, there was only one problem to begin with. I thought we'd established that we were going to deal with the other problems.
I mean, this is just this just gives us more time, right? This means that, you know, we can potentially get them out 2 minutes early, not 5 minutes early. Not 15 minutes early.
Okay. So we turn up, what, in the guards 2 minutes early, and we're sorry we're here. You guys have another couple minutes on break.
Unless we're able to, fiddle with the shift pattern.
Double shift?
I mean,
Someone's
how many
really
people?
pissed off Don Marine,
Sorry.
and so they need to do a double shift.
Well, how many people were on that rota?
There were four groups of. There was 4 teams of guards for each.
Right, so 16 total. Kind of unlikely that you're going to have a whole new 4 people, right?
No, it would be the same 4 of the 16 rotating every 15 minutes.
Well, I was just thinking if we're able to maybe insert some new guards into that rota, that does raise a bit more suspicion.
I think it's probably wise that we were going to get the identities of the people on the shift before they were going to go and take that identity,
Yeah.
right?
An error. Were you able to size up these guards?
Yeah. They were wearing the same thing as the people outside, the black with the chainmail, right?
Yeah.
And they had swords?
They had swords. They look pretty tough. They're like, make a perception check for me. Just to put it in language of the player language, the guards are probably level 5. Might be level 6, might be level 4, depending on how experienced they are.
So probably not broom closetable.
No. I could go up. Oh, I know. I've got an idea. Seeing as I am a bard, my speciality is telling long drawn out poetry, Iliads, if you will. I could perform a poem in which part of it, there's some audience participation where they have to give me a bit of their hair to cast a spell in the poem, and I could get them, and then that'd be great.
Are they going to remember that you did this? They did this.
What else does it
I mean,
matter?
they'll probably remember that poem, right?
You know what you
I
could
mean, of
do?
course they'll remember the poem.
You know what you could do? You could sell it as one of those Sidon poems. They won't fucking know. But they're humans. You could sell it as like one of those Sidon poems, and they have these weird cultural things about taking people's hair or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna do a side-down poem.
Our original idea here that we had discussed previously would be that we would go into the quarters where these people stay and leave the barracks. We would go into the lockers of the 4 guards that we be taking their identity of, and they will have jackets and coats and things, and we will take a hair from them each. That was our original.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we can still do that. I just thought that.
Panera's plan sounded fun.
Yeah, the
Still
question is,
perform the poem.
the issue is stopping people from turning up that
And-
look exactly like us,
No,
What
this-
if I think my problem with that plan is, what if they have had a cuddle with one of the people who are on
Oh, for God's
duty,
sake.
and then we take one of their hairs, and then we just turn up and we're like twins.
That's
Why don't
you-
not
suspicious.
why don't
actually
you-
a bad point.
Look for hairs within their, I don't know, their pantalons.
Well, that would. Well,
What if they've had an extra special cuddle?
I think on balance with probability, it'd probably be okay.
Okay, okay.
Is that a risk we have to take?
Okay. But then it still remains the one problem around this blasted 2 minutes thing. We go in, do we just go in a couple minutes early, say, hey, we are on shift, go now, and then,
what if they're a bunch of jobs worth?
I mean, if we're able to rig the clock.
Well, the problem is that we've not much time to rig the clock, because if the shifts are 15 minutes long, then we would have to go in both the exterior security room and the bank lobby, change the clock time about halfway through their shift, so that they recognize that it is time to go. Does anybody have a minor illusion spell?
There's a way to get it off without anyone noticing, right?
Nice. Good point. That is my only problem left with this whole plan. It was the problem.
I
Okay,
didn't
but
have any.
wasn't there the whole problem of the guards showing up that looked like us? Or...
Well, that is the reason that is a problem is because the shifts are only 15 minutes long. I agree. Now we can shorten that down because of these book shenanigans, which is fine. But it's yes. I wonder if the simplest choices will just go there a little, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes early, before their shift ends, and just say, hey, look, we have come down early. Go have lunch. You've worked hard. Or I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that is the simplest solution here. And just hope for the best.
And you know what they say, Aaron's razor, the simplest answer is usually the right one.
Yeah. Okay, should we do that then? If you give us 5 minutes, which should be sufficient.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So Don Marine and what is your name, Olga? Org.
Yeah.
Wow.
Galgosh. Why don't you go? And
Yeah, Gargosh.
Yeah,
We
we
will-
need to...
we will do the next bit.
house.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the ship stuff tonight, or...
I think we do it the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
I think we should just observe, watch patterns, watch how people operate, especially with Farenka tomorrow morning.
So, tomorrow I'm looking for the shift the day of the heist.
Well, tomorrow you will just go to Farenka's meeting, see what's going on, understand her process, her way of doing things, and then she will give you a code, but I mean, you do not have to use it.
Okay, but doesn't this change every day?
It does, and then the day after we will be doing it, but it is just more that we have a bit more time. We are in no rush, no?
Okay.
Well, every extra day we spend here is a day that word can get here about what happened in the Nora.
One day will be fine, I think, no?
Okay, but won't I need to attend yet another meeting?
Yes, you will.
Great.
I mean, if we can get the bombs sorted out tonight, and then just do it tomorrow.
Well,
I'm not sure I see a reason to wait another day.
Well, because there is a chance we will not get the right hairs today. There is also a chance that Farenka will have a meeting not in her office but somewhere else. There is also a chance that we've missed something. I do not know. I just thought it would be useful to observe patterns. Is that not reconnaissance? I mean, please overrule me if you all think it is not worth it.
I mean, we don't
No,
have to
no.
force. We don't have to force everything tonight. But if we can get all this stuff done, and just execute the plan tomorrow, then great.
Okay, well, one of us will
Don't
come up
force
to
it.
the house. The one of us will come up to the house later and let you know.
Yeah, I assume Don Marine's got somewhere for guard to stay, right?
I'll just say that I quite enjoyed your company as a drinking buddy, and I wanted to bring you around and talk about the fight we had, the valiant battle we had against those treacherous elves in Adana. Something like that.
It's your house. You can just do what you want with it.
And they have to find someone that didn't ask and justify it to them.
Yeah, it's like the butler's like, all right, I didn't ask, but okay.
And I
I can
hold
imagine
the
Dominic would be
butler
like, hey,
back
don't
and
judge
call
me.
out,
I just wanted to bring him for a drink.
I just want it. I just wanted it.
All right. So is that where you're going then? You're going to Don Marine's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is all of you going?
No, it's just two of them, I think. So we might need a bit of help to do the rota stuff. Sorry, figuring out the people and getting the hairs and stuff.
Okay. So who's going?
Just me and
Gargouche.
Gargoosh. Sorry.
Oh, Hanera's not coming. Oh, I thought you said you were going.
I mean,
I wanted to, but
yeah, it's that cool. I mean, you can do what you want. It just might make it a bit more tricky to get the
that's
hairs.
okay. I'll rather stick with the plan.
All right. So Don Marine and Gargouche. Is that your name, Gargouche? You head up past the bank, up into the grounds of the. All right, maybe I should just put your individual tokens on here. Where are we? Calcifer and Swan, and then we've got Cascus, Henera, and Henning. Oop. Cool. All right, so you head up onto the well tended grounds just by the manor house. It's an absolutely stunning house, almost like in the style, like just made in the style of like an ancient Acropolis or something. Made with the kind of white sandstone, limestone, marble blend of the local rock, overlooking the bay and the bank. You see a number of people working the gardens who notice you and nod and bow as you walk past. And as you enter the porch of the house, the butler appears and says, Don Marine, welcome back. Your quarters are prepared for your arrival. Just to let you know that Don Emilio and Don Ernesto were asking when you would be back in terms of a meeting. I can set that up for depending on what you have available.
Literally any time tomorrow, preferably in the morning.
I will let them know. Very well. He nods and turns around and says, if you need anything, do not hesitate to ring. The door opens and it's an absolutely stunning plaza, filled to the brim with suits of armor and flags and sort of ancient weapons lining the walls. The marble floor is kind of in a checkerboard pattern, with like bearskin rugs, fireplace going, a staircase that goes up to the upper quarters. It's completely quiet. It's just you and obviously Gargush as well.
I'm immediately going to inspect these weapons. When you say like ancient weapons, do you mean like they've been blunted? Do they look like replicas or like?
They mostly look ceremonial. It's hard to tell whether they're actually ancient weapons or not, but they look cool. They're like, you know, elvish blades and drow blades and orc weaponry and just stuff he's collected from his travels.
So, like, I was more like wondering like if this was like legit stuff or if he was this universe's equivalent to a mole ninja.
Oh, there's some more ninja stuff.
It's got some elven on it. It's got some elven like inscribed on the side that says like sponge cake.
Yeah.
Dumb foreigner.
All right. So you've got the house to yourself. I mean, there's not much. What do you want to do here?
I'm going to look for Don Marine's quarters.
Okay. So going up the steps, you kind of try door by door, and you see like there's a grand bathroom, with like plumbed-in toilets, and all warm towels and heated floor and all this stuff, and another one which is a guest bedroom, pristine four-poster bed, and then finally at the end of the hall, there is a grand master bedroom. As you enter, is Gargush with you?
Yeah, it would be.
Very well. Yes, you enter. The room itself seems to be very kind of I don't know, kind of tacky. It's like got a silk four-poster bed with like fluffy cushions and like diamante indentations on the bed rest, the headrest. There's like
Oh, it's
a
just
bunch of
gaudy.
bookshelves. There's a bunch of bookshelves. It's literally just got like loads and loads of erotica and kind of like
Of
romance
course.
novels and stuff.
Oh,
There's,
cool.
and a desk, and there's a huge oil portrait of himself, of course, just sitting above his desk, just looking down. The fireplace, as you enter the room, the fireplace just automatically flickers on. A kind of a warm glow enters the room.
This. I'm just gonna look to Gargush, make sure no one's in earshot, and I'm gonna say I utterly despise this man with every fiber of my being.
I don't even want to live somewhere like this.
I know, right? Like it's
Like,
just.
What's the
I
opposite of
understand-
claustrophobia?
I know it's like I can understand wanting to flaunt a little bit of wealth, but this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, high ceilings, I can get behind, obviously. But, like, it's a fucking trek it's a fucking trek to get downstairs,
I just feel like I wouldn't be able to sleep in this room. It's too big.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna start looking around to see if he has like private letters, journals, that kind of thing, little
Sure.
grimoires, books, anything like that'll give me some information about this guy.
Sure, make a perception check.
Cool. Perception. Uh, 24.
So instinctively, the first place you go is to his desk. Opening up one of the drawers, you find like notebooks and sort of pads of paper and stuff, and inks and quills and all this stuff. In these books, I mean, you just find loads of poetry. Like he's really bad poetry. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
no. Just terrible metaphors, no meter at all. Kind of love letters. Just kind of weird stuff that he's got in his drawer.
To who are the love letters to?
Yeah.
Well, the love letters seem to be like they're not signed, but they're to and fro. Like your eyes remind me of the ocean and that sort of thing.
Oh my god.
Keep one so we can analyze the handwriting later.
You can take them if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple at the very least, so that Syad has something to fucking laugh at later when he's trying to go to bed.
Or leak it out later on.
The next place you look is under his bed. You know what? For someone who is so obviously dirty, like in terms of like dodgy, he has almost nothing incriminating in his house.
He's just a moron.
You have a feeling that if he doesn't have anything incriminating, it would probably be in the bank itself. Like he's probably got an office or some quarters. Like you find a bunch of keys and like spare keys to places like to like an office. It's labeled. You assume that's in the bank, in the banking bank. Probably doesn't like keeping his like personal stuff here as much, just in case someone walks in and like it does search it or something.
Like a servant doing house cleaning or something.
Yeah, like he's got like some business stuff, but it's more like his overt business stuff. So he's like in the gem trade, and he's got investments and this sort of thing as well.
Anything mentioning heart gems?
No. You do find a small safe that one of the keys under the bed opens, and that's got 200 gold pieces in there, and like just stuff like that, like some jewelry.
I am immediately taking everything from the safe, locking it, and then I'm gonna look at Calcifer, and I'm just going to drop the key into the bag of holding.
As for that, it seems to be it. Like you haven't really. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else immediately that you find.
You want to find out what this guy has to drink? See what kind of wine this prick likes to taste?
I mean, it's not really my my poison, but yeah, if I can waste a bit, then
Yeah. Find the wine that he's been saving for a very special occasion and drink it all. So that at the very least when he does come back, that's gone.
You look in a plant pot just by the door, and just inside it is a really old bottle of old Lavari vintage, over 100 years.
Oh, perfect. Like, Cyan's not even drinking it for the wine itself anymore. He's just drinking it to piss this guy off.
You pop open the cork. Yeah, it smells strong. It's definitely been brewed a long time. Taste wise, you don't. I mean, does anyone really like wine? I don't know. It seems very strong.
oh, it tastes a
People
bit
enjoy
off.
wine.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's more in the label than the actual drinking itself. But it's definitely an expensive bottle, that's for sure.
Amazing. It tastes like swill. So this is what rich people drink.
Yeah, much rather just have something simple.
Yeah, like an ale or something. This is just wrong.
Yeah, the plant can have the rest.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to
Pour it
Casca.
on the plant.
Let's go back to the other group then.
Getting
As
shut-
you put your feet up by the fireplace drinking his wine. Back in the kind of grubby inn, the Parallel Rat. What are you up to, all of y'all?
Henning is enjoying a nice glass of wine.
Yeah. You're kept well stocked by the bar of the innkeeper, who is making sure not to piss you off.
Henning
I
just
think
glares at the barkeeper.
we would like to go to the guard. See the guards? Although, would it be silly to go at night because they'll be in there asleep?
They won't be sleeping on shift
back.
probably, but they'll just be lounging around, probably playing some cards or something on when they're not on shift.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Obviously,
I just
like-
missed that. Are we back with the others now?
Yeah, you're back. Yeah. Obviously, like if you were to go to the bank at night, it'd be way more suspicious sneaking around at night because it's like not open to the general public at night. You know? It's your choice.
Is the choice whether or not we go in day or night to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're just talking about finding the shift schedules, or like whatever it was. Pluck their hairs.
Yes. I mean, we can go during the day. Can't we just?
Yeah.
We can make a bit of a story.
Yeah, let's go drink.
Yeah.
All right. So the three of you head to the bank. Obviously, you just look like sailor. Like you just look like people who work for Don Marine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So bearing that in mind, you do make your way to the bank. Enter the bank lobby. You see, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem massively busy. There's a couple of patrons talking to reception staff. A couple of meetings going on in meeting room, and the guards just sort of standing around looking kind of bored. You gonna go up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At least you don't look like.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot I pushed to talk on. As we're going up the stairs, can Cascus kind of say loudly, like, it is such a shame we do not have people to play poker with these days,
I know, we always win. There's nobody that could possibly challenge our poker skills. Right.
Exactly.
One of the
Anyone would
guards
be
raises an
foolish to
eyebrow
try.
as you walk past. They're on shift. They're not gonna. Yeah, they're not. They're probably not gonna like stoop to that on their shift. They're professionals. But you're going up the stairs.
Yeah.
All right, so you go up to the stairs to the next floor. I don't have the map for the next floor yet. But yeah, heading up there, you see the staff room off in the distance, where like you can hear it. You see through a window. A couple of the guards are just sort of sat at a table playing coins with each other. That's where outside the rota is marked. There's also a bunch of there's a few people just walking around carrying stacks of paper and stuff, and there's offices, and there's another staircase that goes up as well.
Can we?
There is also a guard posted up here who sort of comes over and says, "All right, how can I help?"
We're just waiting here. Don Marine is supposed to come in a bit, but he's being slow. Of course, for Odon, it is perfectly normal. But we are. Is it okay if we wait here, just for a moment?
Yeah, make a diplomacy check.
I'm kind of hoping that the people will come back and be like, "Hey, you want to play poker back in the staff room?" And then they can take us in.
Let's see how your diplomacy check goes.
Yes, let me do that. I'll use a legend point here.
All right.
34.
He said, "Well, we shouldn't really let people stand around here, but whatever. You seem like trustworthy sorts. Just don't cause a fuss, yeah?
We will not.
Very well. There's seating around. Just make yourself comfortable. Don Marine will be here soon, I'm sure." So there's like a seating area just next to the security like room where the guards are just sat. And you can the door's kind of propped open. You can just sort of hear them laughing and just talking to each other. One of them's like, what did your missus say about that, opportunity then? I've heard one of the merchants talking about a real good money-making opportunity. Should do it. And the other one's like, "Oh, she's all about saving at the moment. Can't do it." He's sort of just outside, just chilling.
I guess we have a moment to speak if we want to.
Yeah.
So I was going to try and hope that one of these guards might take us up on a poker in the staff room. Maybe somebody who can go invisible could maybe look in, I don't know, filing rooms for details of names and things. Might give us a clue of who we should be taking the hair from.
Yep.
That'll be a Hanero job.
I guess at that moment we look at the rota for who's on shift tomorrow.
Yeah. Many of the same guards are on shift tomorrow as well.
Sorry, not tomorrow, the day after. Tomorrow.
What is this? What is the day after? A Saturday. Oh yeah, it's a different group of people on Saturday than it is on during the week.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
People are more relaxed on the weekend, right?
Sure.
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 Not my job, but okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems to be during the week the guards are all the same on every shift, and then on the weekend they are different. Like it's like two different groups.
Yeah, but we know the names of these guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe one of you two can go and try and find the names of maybe the guards, like more details for the guards tomorrow, the day after. The kind of weekday and weekend group.
So there's two shifts of 12 hours, 16 guards each shift, right? That's right.
Ah, right. Oh, of course, yeah. So it would be like the daytime shifters, because it would be the morning meeting happens, and then we do it during that day at some point.
All right. Do you want some names of people? Oh, so on Saturday,
And Friday as well, if that's all right.
Oh well, so the people who are working today will be working on
Yes,
Friday,
but not on Saturday. Yeah.
not on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Because I in my head, Saturday we were gonna do Saturday, but like I guess if we do get everything in place today, we'd do it for tomorrow. It sounds like we're doing all right at the moment.
Yeah, it would be easier to get the hairs of the people working tomorrow now than
Fine,
the
let's
people
do
getting.
that. Let's try and do that.
All right, so in the security room, there are 12 guards. A bunch of them are just sort of just sort of talking to each other or reading or playing, and a few of them are playing cards. A couple of them are eating. So the names of the people who are on tomorrow. What time do you want? Because every 15 minutes, there's like they do it every hour. So there's the 15, like on the hour to 15-hour people, and then there's the 1/4 to 1/2 people,
12
and the
o'clock.
1/2.
12 o'clock's a nice number.
12 o'clock on the dot
At midnight,
or midday.
wouldn't
What?
it be better to do it at night so it makes the getaway easier? Because
Potentially, yes. But would the code still last at that point? When does it reset?
It resets every morning. Yeah,
So it's
like so
midnight's fine.
so like so it'd be like the 6 a.m.
Fine.
meeting or
So
whatever.
let's say 12 midnight then. Yeah. But that would need to be then not tonight, but the day after, because I don't think we haven't done the bombs and stuff. So
yeah, we could do everything in the daytime tomorrow and then do this last.
well, we can get the hairs now, but we'd have to go on the Saturday and get the hairs then, wouldn't we?
Yeah, if you were doing it Saturday.
Well, if we were doing it midnight on. Oh shit! I'm confusing myself. No, so we
confused.
we wouldn't do it tonight. We'd have to. Why did it have to be a Thursday? Friday, sorry. So we wouldn't do it tonight. If we're doing it midnight, maybe midnight's a really awkward time to do it, Jan. Maybe like 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, that's fine too. I think
Or no,
nighttime-
wait, sorry, do it the other way. No, we could do it tonight if we did it like 5 in the morning, because that would probably give us 5 extra hours, which I feel like is enough to put the bombs out, and it means we can get the guards now.
Okay.
And it's maybe still dark. No, it's 5 in the morning during the summer, like 4 in the morning. That'd be alright.
Well,
Okay.
we need to get the code from the next meeting, so we can't do it until tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. So it'd have to
I
be.
think 10 o'clock, 10
Tomorrow
p.m.
night.
on Friday
Yes,
would be good.
fine. Yes, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
if you
we're-
get the code tomorrow morning, it will still
Tomorrow
be
morning we'll be still
fine.
December. Fine. 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay, so in that case we get the key. Oh, sorry, everyone. We get the hairs from these people.
All right. So so you're gonna do it what time? Sorry, 10.
10 p.m.
Yeah,
10 p.m. All right. So the guards that you need to get the hairs from are Amos, Salvatore. Are you writing these down?
I
Yeah.
am in my possession. notes.
Bruno
Who we don't
And-
talk about.
and Ivano.
Excellent.
And by your calculations, they are currently in the room.
Excellent. Okay. Do we just go in and try and ingratiate ourselves?
Have any scissors? Just go and snip it off.
I do have a spell that might be useful here. I
Okay.
Anyone want a haircut?
yeah.
Oh my god! I could have been a hairdresser! I could go as a hairdresser and offer them free haircuts!
Okay, but what if they don't
Still
want
good.
a haircut?
You still could. You could be like a wizard.
Ah,
who
I
goes
don't-
and
I don't
Borrow
have
my
any-
sword.
I don't have any scissors.
You're a mage. You don't need it.
Got
do you?
a dagger or something. Just use that.
Be a bit sus, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm a hairdresser. Where are your scissors? Oh, I just use a dagger."
Oh, and what time is it?
It's about 2 o'clock. Maybe it was a midday earlier. So
Yeah, it's coming up to like 1 or 2.
Would I be able to go and buy some haircutting scissors and come back and offer them haircuts? Or should we just stick to the original plan?
I mean, isn't
You could do that, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's more likely to work.
What
Would
if they're bold?
Maybe can we not find their living quarters? Presumably it's up here somewhere.
They probably just live in the barracks, which is just the other side of the road from the thing.
I will go. I can go in and try and be fun if somebody wants to try in the barracks, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't mind. What do you think?
Mm,
Henning, what do you think?
You could give it a go.
We can maybe have coats, probably. I'm sure we can maybe. I can put a hand over one of them. We're having fun.
Right.
Okay.
Ow, someone took my hair.
Ow! Ooh!
No, it is more like loose hairs on jackets.
Provided they've got some.
I,
On
ho-
the
I
jacket.
really hope one isn't bold.
What if they've rolled their clothes?
They're just all bald.
It's a mandatory thing.
What
as part of the
it's
banking
mandatory
guild.
for all guards to be bold.
Yeah, what if they roll their clothes? Then they won't have any hair on them.
They have
Can you imagine
their
it's like a
sleep.
cat hair and you just turn it to a cat when you say the potion?
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
bollocks.
Like, that's exactly what happens in Harry Potter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Except she becomes like an anthropomorphic cat, doesn't she?
Mm,
Yeah, it's,
like a Khajiit.
is that it
Seems-
spends loads of time in the hospital wing, like months.
Seems
How
like
about
our
Mike?
best option.
How about we go in there and can we like do some rolls to try and like ingratiate ourselves with them and then like maybe get close to them? Not like in any weird way, but you know what I mean? Like
I could perform
we're having fun.
a song for
You
them.
can do what you want. You just got to decide.
Hello?
We go over to the
I-
door and knock
Sorry,
on
I
it.
think it disconnected for a second there.
All right. All right. So you go over and knock on the door. A few of the guards look up, and the door kind of swings open because it's not really closed. Yes, one of the guards says, putting his cards down on the table.
Hello, my name is Geronimo, and these are a couple of my friends. We work for Don Hayden. Your colleagues.
Don who?
Oh, fuck's sake. Don Marine.
Oh, oh
The
god.
old Freudian slip. Okay.
Sorry. We work for Don Marine.
Roll a diplomacy check for me.
And it gives you the dirtiest.
'Cause if you roll a natural one here, maybe you did say that.
I'm gonna use natural point.
You can do what you want.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Could've just
Okay.
blown the whole.
That is still a fail.
God.
Okay, he doesn't really like you very much. Just the way you're saying it, like, it's obvious, is quite clear. Anyway, carry on with what you're saying.
We were looking to play poker. It passes the time, and you fine gentlemen looked like you were having a good time.
They look at each other. One of them goes, we shouldn't really. And he was like, "Go on then." He's like, he obviously doesn't like you very much, but he's like, "Only if you put money down on the table."
Ooh, I like this already. Kind of grins slightly. Looks to Henning and Henira. How much should we put on?
I'm not doing any betting.
Start with bet. They will bet.
Oh, come on, where is your spirit?
I don't know, like 2 gold?
Let's times it by 10. 20 gold.
Oh, well, if it's coming out of your pocket, Cascas, then sure.
One of the
Geronimo,
guards-
you mean?
One of the guards sat next to the guy who's going to play with you. Says, "Are you sure about this, Amos? I don't know about that." And Amos turns to him and says, "Yeah, I think we've got it in us. If they're gonna mess with us, we'll take some money from them. Let's go for it." And a couple of them go, "All right, I'll have in as well." And so you get like 4 or 5 guards sat around the table. Is it just you, Cascas, who's playing?
Well, I think it needs to be because maybe my colleagues can take seats around,
I would like to provide some entertainment.
I guess Henning will sit down and play while.
Well,
Henning
maybe sit between the others. You know, be close to them. You kind of tells them.
Look at the cards.
Hello.
They're just like really like burly guards, and just Henny just sort of sat in
That's
between.
just
two
sort
of them.
Henning just sort of shuffles them apart, so we put a chair in between them.
That's my seat.
I'm just going to sit here between you big bustly guys.
Broke that.
Amos shuffles the cards and says, "All right, you ever played Tarsat Hold'em poker?"
Has Henning ever played Tarsat Hold'em poker?
Yeah, probably. Cascus, you probably have as well. You've hung around with some
Cool.
shady types, and Hanera probably not. Sorry.
Okay, I'm not playing.
Okay. He. All right. So he begins to deal out the decks. You get in your hand, Cascus, 2 aces. Henning, you get a queen and a king.
Does this work the same way as Texas?
Yeah, just sort of. Let's say that you're just gonna have to roll a check and see how you do.
Okay.
So the bet starts at a gold piece.
Okay.
Amos puts in a few of the others do as well. All right. So Cascus and Henning, can you roll me? So you can. I mean, you can like try and cheat if you want. You can roll me a perception check to see how the others are doing. It depends. It's your choice.
A devil never cheats. I'm just going to do a perception check. If that's
Okay,
the
to
roll.
read like the others.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'd be. I guess that'd be. Yeah. What's it called? Just steady motive, or whatever.
33%.
All right. Henning, what about you?
Can he have an internal conversation with Vance about anybody knowing he's talking to him?
Yeah, sure. I will.
Oh my
Do
god.
you think you could go like invisible and stand behind them and tell me what cards they've got?
I knew you were gonna do that.
You hear laughing in your head, and he...
Hello. Hello.
to help you.
Hello. Oh, it cut out for like the 5-10 seconds there.
Oh, did it?
It's cut out as soon as Vance started talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "I'm on holiday."
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I did tell you I wasn't going to help. You're on your own here.
Fine. I guess you'll do a perception check to see everyone else's reactions to their hand.
A few of the guards immediately fold. Amos looks confident. He, as the bet goes around to him, he seems like he's got some good cards, but you know, both of you do as well. Amos immediately raises the bet to 2 gold pieces.
Henning will, he'll meet that bet.
Okay.
I can't remember what the technical term was, but
Check.
I will check that.
Or is it?
No, it's call.
Oh, yeah.
I will call
Yeah.
that bet. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And in
check
it
is
toss
just-
out hold. No, it toss out hold and poker is checked.
Raise
It's
is
quite
actually
confusing.
fold. and-
Yeah, it's quite confusing.
everything's just backwards.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so it comes to the next round. You get some cards out. Cascus, you still have your 2 aces. Henning, you match a king as it comes out. Amos checks. You can do your perception checks again if you want.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that blind? Blind.
No, yeah, just do it open. It's fine. All right. You can't quite tell what Amos has in his hand. Amos turns to you and says, you two are playing like you got something."
I'm just playing. Just playing. I'll check.
All right. Snoop for hairs. Yeah, Hanero. How do you want to do it? Are you going to like sleight of hand it?
Yeah, I was thinking of like doing some entertainment in my bardic form and trying to like sneakily pick off their jackets, but I don't know if that'll work.
All right. Okay, that would still be a sleight of hand, but make a performance check first.
Okay, I think I'll make this with advantage because it's part. I have not advantage. Sorry, with a plus because I've got a feat. But sorry if you just let me
That's all right.
read it. An impressive performance. Oh no, that's not right. Oh, I think I might have taken one that I think I have put the wrong one in my thing.
Oh right. What have you put in there?
I put impressive performance, which is not the one I chose. I think I've selected the wrong one from the list. Just 1 second. It said
right.
performance on it.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
I think it. Oh, we'll just leave it for now, and then I will.
All right, we'll get back to. All right, we'll finish here for the night then, I think, and then we'll get
Sorry.
back. No, it's cool. We'll get back next session with the rest of the information gathered. All right.
Okie dokie.
Oh, cool.
All right. Thanks for
Right.
playing, y'all.
Thanks for running.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
See you
running.
next time in
Yeah.
Imiano in the banking guild playing poker with the guards.
And yeah.
It's funny. It's funny.
See you next week, hairy bankers.